Kenneth Wong from Vanderbilt University. And of course, Dr. Wong, I think we've already indicated that this is really an extraordinary grant in terms of what it will allow you to do dealing with school choice. And it is also a very, very important grant because I think we've indicated that this grant, being the first federally funded center, this will allow you to establish all kinds of precedents dealing with school choice and et cetera. Why don't you talk about how you conceptualize this grant and the other individuals who are also involved with this?
Yes, about 6 months ago, the U.S. Department of Education, Institute of Educational Sciences, issued a request for proposal, the RFP, for a national competition to create a center on educational innovation. And within that broad charge of educational innovation, my colleagues and I started talking about it. That was 6 months ago, and we thought that educational choice is such an important development in terms of school improvement strategies that it would be important for us to focus on that. So we decided to target on this notion of school choice, competition, and student performance. Now, I need to underscore that this center is a research center, even though it has the dissemination and leadership training development component. But the primary mission of this center is really focusing on research. So as I was thinking about how to craft this, how to frame this whole research agenda, I started calling up some of the colleagues whose work that I admired across the nation, as well as colleagues at Vanderbilt, whose work that I admire. And it's a very timely initiative for us to undertake at Vanderbilt because, as you know, Chancellor KWong3 has been with us for since 2000, since 2000, and he has been a very strong advocate for interdepartmental, cross-disciplinary, or what he used, sometimes he used the word trans-institutional reform. So I think this grant situates in that broader context. It's very consistent with the mission of Chancellor Yi in promoting cross-institutional, trans-institutional collaboration. So what we have in answering the key research question of the effect of school choice on achievement and the effects of school choice on existing public school system, so-called institutional effects, we are able to ally and collaborate with our colleagues across the other side of the campus. So we actually have Peabody team up with the law school. The dean of the law school, Ken Silvero, is very interested in this project. We had a very extensive conversation, and he and I are going to lead a project to look at the constitutional and legal ramifications of school choice. Because 2 years ago, the Supreme Court, the Zelman decision, has basically, it was a close decision, 5-4, but nonetheless confirmed or affirmed the constitutionality of school vouchers program in Cleveland. And so after that, I see that there are a lot of constitutional and legal implications as far as school choice issues are concerned, the establishment clause and other issues. So my colleagues over in the law school are going to engage in that. And there is another a big concern about cost. How much would a good school choice program, good meaning effective, the school choice program that deliver the kind of instruction, deliver the kind of outcomes that we like to see, how much would that cost? So we engage the school finance folks to be part of this. And we also would like to learn from what other countries have done. And we will be able to fund a selective study to look at what lessons learned from other countries that have school choice program. What are the design issues? What are the impediments? What are some of the implementation cautions that we would like to learn from those experiments, and then bring it back home. But the primary focus of this program will be on a national sample of school, charter school. And what we hope to do is to conduct, here is a technical term called randomized field trials. And that is to look at those students who apply to charter schools and get into charter school and compare their performance 3 years down the road along the way, longitudinal data, with their peers who also apply to the same charter school, but do not get in. So we take care of what we call the self-selection bias. As these students and parents are already self-selected to apply to these charter schools. So we take, they are controlled for the level of self-selection and motivation and commitment. But we want to find out what happened to these two groups of students. The first group who are able to get into the school, the other ones are lottery out. But we want to follow them every year in the next 3 years, so that we have a longitudinal database at the student level to compare the performance of the students.
Have you made any kind of decisions in reference to how you're going to try to bring demonstration schools into your project? I mean, how would that be done? Yes.
We have, in addition to Vanderbilt, we also built a number of partnerships. And so we have Harvard University with Stanford University as part of this partnership. But in addition, we also have a number of think tank organizations, as well as heads of independent schools who are interested in using the knowledge that we are going to generate to improve practice. So in terms of our charge, of course, as I said, our primary objective is to really systematically conduct research to find out what works and under what condition it works. But after we have that first phase, we will then utilize. So the second phase would be utilization of the findings to improve policy and practice. Because Congress and governmental agencies and state governments, they are very interested in our findings to help them refine the policy that they are thinking about in terms of school choice. But at the same time, practitioners in instructions, school heads, both independent school heads as well as charter school heads and public school heads, ought to be given this kind of information so that they could then use this information to improve their practice. So my hope is that the center will be able to have ongoing interface with a broad range of stakeholders, including parents as well as teachers and practitioners, so that they could benefit from our research as well.
Do you think that this idea of the Center on School Choice would be an idea that would be applicable to other institutions of higher education, or do you think that this would be the only center, or what? For example, I think in terms of the various programs that we have on excellence, various kinds of programs that are funded similar to school choice. School. Do you think that would be applicable to other institutions?
I'm sure that other institutions are interested in educational choice, and I'm sure that they also would like to create a research center. But because of the fact that this is a major federal investment, we are going to lead the nation in terms of thinking about some of the research issues across a wide range of issues, not just one project or two projects, not just one site or a couple of states. We are thinking in national terms. So in terms of the scale and the visibility, I think we are probably going to be the driving force in the next 5 years. And along the way, I hope to grow this center as well. I'm sure that there are other foundations and other state and local agencies who would like to be a part of this national center. Because once we create this cluster of high-quality research activities and dissemination activities, we hope that we will continue to attract the kind of reputation and the credibility that we hope to bring to Vanderbilt.
You know, Dr. Wong, we're nearing the end of the show for today. I think we've got less than a minute left. Over the last minute that we have, let's give you an opportunity to make a final comment in terms of why you believe that this center is significant and how it might be able to help not only your university but everybody else.
Yes. Well, overall, with the No Child Left Behind legislation, I think accountability and alternative service deliveries to give.
Join us on the couch for the WBG Theater tonight on WB 58.